William Wordsworth described it as the most loveliest spot that man hath found. I absolutely love swimming in the Lake District. There's just so much water here, and so much of it is really, really pure. So there's lots of kind of highland tarns that you can go to, lots of lively little young rivers, and then obviously so many lakes. I think lake swimming is often quite a sort of serene thing, because they're just these still bodies of water. But early in the morning when there's no one else around, I think it's a really special time to go. Wordsworth's home in the lakes was Dove Cottage on the shores of Rydal Water, one of the smallest of the 16 lakes in the Lake District, connected to Grasmere by the River Rothay. I've come to meet Colin Hill, the man behind the Great North Swim. Down the river, through the reed bed, around Heron Island. Do you think you want to do Little Isle as well?
I think we cut in between, maybe.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cut in between and come back.
Yeah.
Should be pretty fresh, I should think, with all this rain coming down Dunny Beck at the moment. This swim is a journey, a series of revelations. There seems to be an invisible boundary between many of us and the passages of water that we live next to. But when we're suddenly immersed in the landscape, we experience everything from a completely different perspective. Things that we take for granted from the shore are suddenly new and exciting.
If you swim in sort of lakes and rivers a lot, you just get used to it. But some people, it is a sort of strange experience.
What's really wonderful is when you just come around this corner and then the lake appears. It always feels like a bit of a surprise, even though you know it's there. Wordsworth lived at Rydal for 37 years. He wrote the poem Prelude here, in which spirits of nature test him one evening to steal a boat.
I dipped my oars into the silent lake, and as I rose upon the stroke, my boat went heaving through the water like a swan. With trembling oars I turned, and through the silent water stole my way back to the cavern of the willow tree. There, in her mooring place, I left my bark, and through the meadows homeward went, with grave and serious thoughts. And after I had seen that spectacle, for many days my brain worked with a dim and undetermined sense of unknown modes of being.
It doesn't occur to many of us to swim in nature. There's a sense of prohibition about it. But when we step across that boundary, we find ourselves in another of our natural elements. The same world, but unfamiliar, renewed. And when we step back onto the land, we bring that renewal, that refreshed state of mind and body with us.